So I'm going to show you how I do a lot of blankets. This is definitely my go-to because it kind of gives a little texture, but it's also tight enough for a blanket that it's not really holey and airy. So again, I'm working in the previous double crochet just so we have a base. So if I were making a blanket, this is how I would make this. I start with even numbers, an even number in my chain. And then I'm going to start with a double crochet. I'm going to end with a single crochet. So basically what it does is it makes it every time you're chaining and turning your work, you're always starting with a double crochet. So I've chained 2. So we're going to pretend like this is my blanket. I've chained 2. So I'm going to yarn over. I'm going to do a double crochet in this first stitch right here. And then what you're going to do is a single. Insert, yarn over, 2 loops, pull through. So you're going to alternate doing double and single. So now I'm doing a double and a single. Then I'm going to do a double. And a single. So you're going to do that all the way to the end of your work. Double, single, double, and you're going to end on a single. It doesn't matter how long or how short. Whether you're making a scarf or you're making a blanket, just make sure that you start off with an even number of chains, and then you'll always, if you start with the double crochet and end with a single crochet, it just makes it easier that you know you're doing the right thing. So we've ended with the single. You're going to chain 2 because we always start with the double. So now you're going to double in the single stitch from the previous row, and see how it kind of looks like a little bubble. So every time you see a little, it kind of looks like a little bump. That's going to be where you single crochet. That's your previous double. So you're going to single in the double. And if you do your rows right and you alternate correctly, and I've had times where I've had to undo a whole row because way back at the beginning of that row, I accidentally singled twice in a row. So you're going to have mistakes, and it does get frustrating when you have to unwind and do it, but it's worth it to go back in the beginning when you first notice that you messed up and undo it then, versus getting all the way through the blanket knowing you messed up. And then I'm one of those people that it will just bug me forever. So with this kind of pattern, it's really, if you do your stitches right, it's really easy to tell when you should be doubling and when you should be single. So every time there's a bump, it's a single, because that's your previous double crochet. So in between each bump is a double. So we're going to single in the previous double, and then we're going to double. Single, double, single, double. We're ending on a single again. So then we would chain 2 so we can start the double again. But see how it gives it a nice little texture? It's such a good alternate stitching for blankets and scarves. So you're just alternating double crochet and single crochet, with starting with an even number of chains at the beginning.